I was always just a buffoon. They called me the UU King and said that anything not in OU besides Marafe was deemed cringe to me. Is that really all there is to it though? Am I just the guy who hates Luminami? Or have I taken Odiaga to the top? Well, more than just that. I have taken upon myself to lead a team along with 9 other teams to compete for the glory of the 999 League. The Polut Raptors was the designated name, and I drafted 9 players alongside me. And I'm gonna go over each and every one of them. Narwhal Swins was our initial captain, but he stepped down for me, so thanks to him. I haven't seen too much of him competitive battling, but because he was the original captain, I felt like I had to keep him. Luckily was another addition to our squad. He's the captain of my SVS team, so why not have him on our 999 team? AR was a fellow teammate from SVS 2 and someone I am familiar with. He's a very strong new gen player that I knew other teams wouldn't draft, so I saved him for a later round since I could. Spooky is someone I didn't know well, but he showed me his accolades as a former captain himself, and thus I put my faith in him. Moman has also shown me his accomplishments and also was fighting for the MVP position of the Polut Raptors. And as I would come to learn this season, Moman would also be very well versed in tech sets. Needless to say, that is the type of morale that caught my eye. Master Baz was a player I had been loosely familiar with for a while, and I had held in high regard, but he didn't seem too happy to join. Despite this, luckily coaxed me into keeping him on the team, so I reluctantly forced him on, because I had that power. Habib was someone I knew nothing about, but Momad and Spooky had said excellent things about Habib, so I accepted him on. Loomy Boy, I have promised our final slot as a guaranteed pretty solid player whose biggest weakness is selling, which we can accommodate for with coaching. Finally was Neolicity, by far our strongest player, but I will say I was hesitant to draft him as he wanted the Kanoko Magic as his friends were there, while our team was full of bumbling reptile brains. It was like having the coolest kid be forced into the group project of nerds at school, but I was determined to make Neo comfortable with us Raptors. Our first week was against the Lotosan Pelicans, a team that went through some issues, including having Swags as a replacement captain. Momat was on vacation for the first 2 weeks, so we had AR fight Cryptic, Loomy Boy fight Paradoxical, Master Bass fight Quickster, Neolicity fight Skippity Sigma 22. Oh, that's Swags. Of course, how could I forget? Luckity fight Dab, Habib fight Rapto, and Narwhal fight Piddleton. Gotta say though, things went awry real fast. For instance, our friend Neo accidentally brought a Behemoth with a speed UP of 14. Shit.
Yeah, that's not good. That's really not good.
Oh, and some matches did not go well, such as Master Baz and Loomy Boy's losses. It seemed like it would be up to Luckity to avenge us, but our friend here left me to fight that for him. I had just won my SVS battle against Salford Makura, you're welcome Luckity, and decided screw it, I'll just bring the same team against Dab. And boy oh boy, it was quite the ferocious battle that I was going to win, except Harry Descent missed the crit, missed the range, and did not dodge Draco Beam from Dab's Novadeus. Now, did I crit his Luminami? Yes. Did my Novadeus die to his Archaic Shell Novadeus? Yes. But it still hurt. And with that, Raptors lost week 1. Narwhal and Habib helped us pick up 2 wins for the road at least, and with that we were tied for second last in week 1. Those 2 wins would matter though, as in the end, a tie-breaking system used, for example, let's say 2 teams are 5-4 towards the end, because there's 9 weeks, they were 5-4. The tiebreaker would be the number of wins you had, also known as LP for some reason. So, we wanted as much LP as we could get if we were losing. And we got 2 for this one, which I'll take. Week 2 was pretty much guaranteed to be a painful loss. It was spelled out for us before it even began. The Galvanite Cavs led by Coldwill. He fought Loomy Boy, Reverse Tracebacks took on Luckity, I fought Kenbo, Wyro fought Neolicity, Blizzard fought AR, Acoustic Dude fought Narwhal, and Kaizo fought Master Baz. Once again, it went as well as you'd expect. All 7 of those guys are pretty good. Kenbo versus me was a long, drawn-out battle of me forgetting some things and not making the correct predictions at the right time. Only Neolicity and Narwhal won in the end, with Neo getting his first win against Wyro and Narwhal making Acoustic Dude leave the server. The losses were bad, but also expected. I mean, Luckity isn't beating Reverse Tracebacks, nor is AR beating Blizzard, or is he? No, he isn't, but one day he will, trust. Next was the Haunted Hornets against Teenager. This team I always thought looked funny in terms of the players on it, as well as the fucking logo, and I had no idea what to expect. Habib would fight Falcon, I fought Mad, Neolicity fought Tez, Spooky fought Mated, AR fought MQ, Narwhal fought Salfer Makura, and Momad fought Aaron, who is helping me make a Minecraft creeper farm as we speak. Habib took his first loss against Falcon, and it looked like another bad week for the Raptors was on its way. AR got his first win against MQ, but it was just a flash in the pan. Or was it? Suddenly, Momad, Narwhal, and Neolicity all in one day claim wins. Wait, don't look at that message down below, it's unimportant. This put us at 4 wins and 2 losses, a guaranteed win since, if you couldn't tell, it's 7v7. So that's 4 wins and 3 losses. Oh yeah, Spooky aired, so that makes us 3 losses instead of 2. Oops. Raptors got their first win and went from 9th to 6th in the standings, a pretty significant jump, making our fight against the 0 wins and 3 losses Haiwa Heat in week 4 a lot more interesting. This was our chance to shoot ourselves up, and we seized that chance. But first, matchups. Kale, a former East Atlantean hitman, against Habib. Cash would fight AR. Legend against Lumi Boy. Ko-Fi Mensa King against Neolicity. Stellic against Spooky. Wasteful aka Holy Man against Narwhal. And Warm Kodal himself against Momad. Yes, I was benched. Why? Well, luckily I've pretty much been doing all the decision making up to this point at like an Empress Dowager. It was helpful for me, I can't lie, but he was definitely not the most popular amongst the Raptors. Everyone else seemed pretty happy though, except Neo, I guess. He wasn't really talking to us much. He was doing well, of course, but I'm not sure if he was having fun on the losing team. Well, we picked up the pace for him, and the Raptors as a whole. Momad started shooting for the MVP spot and got his win against the Warm Man Meister Mister with Adorigo, and Narwhal gives Wasteful another to add to his long list of 05s. Haha. Hey, at least you bit chick Wasteful, right? Right? Anyways, 2 wins and no losses, going strong. Legend beats Lumi Boy, but Legend's an extremely good player, so not the worst. Kale beat Habib. Oh, that makes us 2 and 2, the dreaded tables. Apparently he didn't let Neolicity coach him, which I don't think helps our case, and then Stellic beat Spooky. The dude forfeited because he didn't want to give Stellic battle tokens, which, I mean, I get, but you could just forfeit on the final turn and try every win con you had. Like Peachow once said, always play to your outs. What the hell, man? AR beat Cash to even it out at the dreaded 3 and 3. This final battle would determine everything, and thankfully, it was our boy Neo. Yeah, he did win, don't worry. Week 5 now, the Iridia Hawks. They were 1 win and 3 losses and almost Haiwa Heat levels in record. We could do this. We could finally not look like dinguses. Sharky would fight AR, Sephidar would fight Master Bass, Controller against me, Kanku against Luckity, Koplo against Momad, and Lessery fought Lumi Boy, and Kinshasa against Narwhal. I admit, these were actually pretty strong opponents when you would look at them like that, but we were clearly stronger. Master Bass legit owns Sephidar to start, and this set the tone for us. AR beat Sharky, Narwhal beat Kinshasa, who I admit I did not expect. I respect Kinshasa as a player, so damn. Narwhal at this point was a 5-0, 5 wins and no losses throughout the entire league, and a massive contender for the MVP of the entire league, alongside a Killer Race and Mickey. Now I thought it would shoot the 3-1 when I fought Controller, but against all odds, I won, albeit with a lot of scouting. Momad, Lumi Boy, and Luckity all got their AR win from the opponents too, so we end up with 7 whole wins, maintaining our position as 4th in the standings. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we're not the losing team of bumbling buffoons, idiots, Neanderthals, smooth brains, dumbasses. Who knows? Maybe we can do this. Week 6 was delayed, and we had 1 week in between the trade players, as did every team. I wasn't planning on trading at first, but there were some concerns and opportunities that I saw and wanted to seize. Firstly, while Habib was doing fine, honestly, he hadn't spoken in our group chat for 2 whole weeks. I asked him if he was okay with me letting him go, and he said, yeah, he wasn't really much into Lumion Legacy anyway, so I let Habib go. Honestly, also can't blame him. There was also a lot of internal drama that almost seemed like a strife between the Raptors and Luckity, specifically Lumi Boy claiming that he bullied Neolicity. There was a huge bunch of drama as a whole, including a rule set by Aqua, one of the moderators, that the captain couldn't force a team member off, and while in theory this was nice, this does not work on a fundamental level. A principal can kick a misbehaving student out of school, and there were allegations that Luckily bullied Neolicity. Now I don't know how true this is. The most I ever witnessed was him telling Neo that he was trash. That's the most I ever saw, but eventually they called in a kill race to skim through everything, and he concluded there was something fishy going on. So the executive decision was made to drop Luckily against Aqua. Gonna say, not involved. We chose to add Poem to our team, someone who I'm familiar with, a good buddy. But I had a lot of players I was interested in. Specifically Septile, a former member of the Haiwa Heat, who wanted me to rescue him from the 05 purgatory of that team. Sharky, a good friend of Septile, and AR, who Cold Will also said was excellent. And also this Powder Boat guy. Yeah, I'll say, I don't know anything about Powder Boat. But lots, and I mean lots of people said he was amazing, so I wanted him on too. Eventually, I remembered that Master Bass didn't want to be with us, plus I heard some of the Raptors that he wasn't the nicest in the group chat, but I didn't see anything. Plus, I was getting flamed for having him by, like, Mela. Same with Luckily, by the way. Literally no one respected my inclusion of him, which made me feel bad. Finally, someone told me Lumi Boy had a football thingy going on, and I really didn't want to drop Lumi Boy. I really liked him. But altogether, I felt like dropping him was better. So we made space for all three of Septile, Sharky, and Powder Boat, and alongside Poem, the Polut Raptors were looking good now. Oh, also if anyone was wondering, I did consider dropping Neolicity out of kindness. However, he said that the Kanoko Magics looked boring, which was honestly funny and actually made me smile. Glad Neo chose us over them, I think. Well, that smile was about to fade as I would come to realize that turns out Lumi Boy didn't have anything going on. I dropped him for nothing. That is so sad. I would rather have a worse player, Lumi Boy, than freaking Sharky or Powder Boat. I don't know. I feel bad dropping him, and thus we now conclude Lumi Boy as our honorary Raptor. All of everyone will be remembered as a Polut Raptor going forward, and I'll also have Lumi Boy do unofficial battles. Lumi Boy, you better fight Ruan. Now we can hop into week 6, and it was going to be a ferocious battle. Agency had drafted quite the remarkable squad of goobers, and without Luckily, I had to decide my own matchups. From every week onwards, I took time to ask every member how they felt about benching and battling. And here, I settled on Septile fighting Agency, Moment fighting his Equestrian Girls counterpart Destroyer Leif, AR fighting a Kill Race, Narwhal fighting Houndoom Knight, Poem fighting the Void of Darkness, Sharky fighting Lemmimas, and Neolicity fighting Sponge. The start was an end of an era, as Narwhal lost his undefeated run. We knew nothing about Houndoom Knight, and sadly, he was too much for Narwhal. Sad. AR got RNG'd by the undefeated The Kill Race, and Sponge is someone who I had heavily respected, and he was able to conquer Neolicity in an actual battle rather than a 14-speed Behemoth. Sharky beat Lemimers though, putting us at 1 win and 3 losses. Not good, but technically winnable, I guess. But Momad had a truly stressful battle. He had like 4 coaches at once, and the pressure got to him, meaning unfortunately, Leif and the Equestria girls beat Momad, losing his undefeated streak too. The worst part was that Momad beat Leif in a friendly not long after. This also put some enmity between Poem and Momad, somewhat as Poem was keen on coaching him. But I don't know all that type of shit, so these two are friends whether they like it or not. Speaking of Poem, he got us another win against the Void of Darkness just to tighten things up, and finally Septile beat Agency, putting us at a disappointing 3-4 against the Pagoda Pacers. I was very determined to beat them. Seeing us lose like this, it's just sad. Seeing AR get RNG'd, Momad get stressed and overwhelmed just really stung, and even if Septile allegedly RNG'd Agency, it still would be 4-3 if all those matches flip. The record is overall fine though. I'll take 3 wins for the road. We can move on to week 7. Week 7 is against the Kanoko Magic, a team that Cold Will definitely put pressure on me to win. With a little bit of hair on my chest and pubes in my sack, we had our 4th place in the standings and took on the Kanoko Magic with Lyrical against Narwhal, Scorched against AR, Legend who had transferred versus Septile, Wise against me, Orang Black against Neolicity, Ural versus Spooky, and Don't Touch Me against Powder Boat. Pretty sure his name's Lucas. With that, AR started off with a massive bang, giving us the funniest description of a battle ever from our GOAT and Lesity. Shout out to him. Sadly, Lucas beat Powder Boat. Powder was working on the new team, so it's sad to see him lose like this, but don't worry, I still have trust in him for the future. Sundown managed to basically 5-0 Legend. Neolicity beat Orang, and once again, it was my turn to battle in the situation where my win meant my team won. Just like against Controller, I managed to beat the very strong Wise Vertex, and this time my scouting was a lot more generalized, and less specific, making Wise and his wind tricks very dangerous for me. Lyrical put a little salt on Narwhal by beating him though, pretty much ensuring Narwhal was out of the MVP race of the league at 5 wins and 2 losses, while Spooky also beat Giro. Hey, he claimed his first win, yay, and also helping the Polut Raptors not only get 5 wins and 2 losses, but also shoot up in the standings to tie with the Pagoda Pacers at 3rd place, an amazing placement. Playoffs were incoming and I felt very confident that we could make it. Our last 2 opponents were dangerous though. The Frostwheel Frauds led by my buddy Aveline, and the Jolly Village Jazz full of grandpappies old enough to wear their dicks won't let them pee properly and thus need diapers. Someone did the math for me and said that if we beat the Frostwheel Frauds, we're practically guaranteed, but if we lose, as well as lose to the Jazz who are undefeated, we're probably fucked. Me and Aveline went in storming. Yes, we were the first to battle and I came nowhere near winning. Oof. It was expected, but it's still sad, though it was pretty funny. The remaining matches were Nihilicity against Electric, Momat vs Panzer, Palm against VH, Sharky against Rolf, Spooky against Lacathlon, and Septile vs Small Penius. Some substitutes came in, including AR subbing for Septile to beat Small Penius. Sadly, Spooky lost to Lacathlon, putting us at 1 wins and 2 losses. If we lost, I would be in actual shambles. We had come so far and I wanted to win. I had to win. At this time of writing the script, it was only 2 days ago when I was just leaving my home at 5 a.m. spamming My Little Pony songs on Discord while making sure Super Cotwheel didn't come to join me and start playing Shotgun Willie. Needless to say, he did, and I migrated VCs, but while traveling around Singapore, all of Momat, Sharky, and Poem claimed their victories, including Momat's Boots Wobblers. Sadly, Hanma beat Septile of all people, meaning we were still tied with the Pagoda Pacers at 3rd place and 31 total wins. The Jolly Village Jazz haven't been fought, but at the time of writing this script, Kenbo from the Galvanite Cast has agreed to join our side for the week and help us with everything. Cool Bros would fight Narwhal, Ruan would fight AR, Hydra vs Poem, Random Dude vs Sharky, Sweet Cora against Momat, Razzles against Septile, and finally, this guy against Nihilicity. Will we prosper against the Broken Liver Brigade?